Founders get fired from their business when they take on investment for a number of reasons. Now, to start with, it depends on what format they took on the investment. So have you given away the majority of shares, or have you given away the majority of the voting rights? And who have you sold shares to? So if there's, for example, a firm or a fund that's come in to acquire the majority of your business, or at least the controlling stake in your business, then your head could be on the chopping block. Now, there are advantages and disadvantages to doing this, but an advantage to doing this is because you've taken the business from the ground level all the way up to basically the maximum you've been able to take it to. Otherwise, why would you be looking to take on these types of investors if you didn't think they could then grow it further? Now, in order to grow it further, they need somebody with a corporate background who's typically done this before and has got a track record of doing it. So they'll parachute in effectively a CEO from somewhere else, or they'll go and headhunt for a CEO who they can bring in to do the job of growing that business. And they will have a very much sort of corporate mindset. They will be used to board meetings, they will be used to reporting to shareholders, they will be used to having a firm hand on the tiller and keeping consistency, knowing numbers in and out, and being able to manage teams and basically manage the managers who then manage everything else. For a founder who basically starts from nothing and growing the business to a certain level, there's that whole sort of corporate world that they may not have been exposed to previously. Now, the thing is, this is not to say that a founder can't transition into that. It requires a steep learning curve and a certain amount of personal growth in order to do that. So that can be achieved, but it is quite a tricky hill to climb. So this is why you'll see that quite often when a company invests in another one, that they will then look to remove the founder. Now, what's really interesting is if you are very entrepreneurial minded, you want to keep going with business. Now, are you thinking of starting up another company after you sell the majority stake in yours? Or are you thinking that maybe you'll sell yours, you'll step back from being in that company at all? Maybe you have some residual shares, but yeah, you'll let them carry on with their expansion plans. What will you go and do? Well, there is another thought that you could do, which is that you could actually acquire other businesses into your existing business if you wanted to continue to grow it. That's called entrepreneurship through acquisition, or ETA. So if, for example, you're running a type of business where it would be comparatively easy to find other businesses to bolt on, perhaps you've got a really good set of systems and processes, and you can then bring other companies into what you're doing, you could actually look to expand your group that way. So you don't necessarily have to be the one selling your business, you could actually be the one buying other businesses. And with that in mind, you might also look to bring on a CEO for either your own business or the businesses that you acquire as well. So this is where being the sort of gamekeeper turned poacher type sort of analogy comes in, is that actually you can be the one acquiring other businesses and not just looking to have your business acquired. If you're interested in more details than that, then put a comment in the comment section below.